Hey everyone, Joan here from TeamBurningInfinitey, and we are doing a live stream after so long. I don't even remember the last one, to be honest.
It's been years.
This is one of you.
No. We did set 4 meta. Like that was the last time we ever did a stream, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
but I don't know. I don't remember when that was. But either way, we're here to talk about Silk Grove Cafe, Dragon Fighters box tourney that we attended.
Pretty decent. I would say. I don't even want to say the locals, I guess, because we just have people from everywhere, really.
1 second.
That was fast.
Starting off with technical errors, lovely. I will. But yeah, we recently had a pretty decent turnout of a tourney. What, 25 people in total, right, Dev?
Yep, 25 people, and diversity index in worlds.
Yeah, I think it was like only 2 actual worlds that met had the same shit. Like everyone was using fucking different shit. We also had Ein and Zwei in the same fucking tournament. And I thought I'd see that in my life.
Can we also mention that Gem Clone and Zeta were both in this?
an actual Gem Clone deck. And didn't the Gem Clone guy actually got top, if I'm not mistaken? Or was the guy playing pure Zeta?
It was the Zeta one, the pure Zeta one that got
the pure top. Zeta one, okay. Because I know we did have a Gem Clone guy, which is strange to say at least.
Oh, that's the guy. Oh yeah, that's the guy in that I destroyed final round. My bad.
Oh no, what you played against? Oh, final round.
Final round before top 8. Yeah.
Okay, and we have Jalen back. Okay, good.
All right, go ahead, Jalen. Take it away.
Well, no, just trying I was gonna say you guys can I think you were both probably talking, and I was gonna let you guys talk anyway because you're the two stars, both of you going undefeated.
Oh yeah, we completely undefeated all day. Actually, both of us were the only ones who went undefeated entirely. Mm-hmm. Like the other 2 top 4s were at least X1 going in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were both X1.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I mean, I will say not a lot of my matches were that great, and technically the final match didn't matter because undefeated into top. But my top match was hell. But we'll get into that eventually.
My matches was just I just bullied everyone.
And you were now screen sharing into infinity.
Oh, I was just out here bullying everyone. I don't even know.
So Jalen should be bringing up a bit of a spreadsheet on what we actually went through. We just have slowly going through Jalen's computer in the moment.
Stop.
Just saying, but yeah. So this was
there we go.
The turnout for the entire day. As we said, 25 people tournament. I mean, not bad for.
This is one way of looking at it. This is a screenshot from Joey. The other one I'm bringing up.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one's a bit more in depth to an extent. Well, both of them are.
Oh, this is the one for.
This one's a little cleaner because the one doesn't have the freaking screenshot.
Yeah. This was organized by the guy who was running the tournament.
Darren Choy.
Shout out to Darren for providing the screenshot.
And the tournament.
And the tournament. Really well.
This one screenshot.
As for the tourney, other than literally the small nitpick of we waited for really
there was an extra
later.
hour into the tourney because we were waiting on one of the participants to show up, but
other than that, the tournament ran smoothly. It was well done. I did enjoy myself. There's a lot of eateries or anywhere around, so it was hell, it was in a cafe. So if we've ever got thirsty, we could go into the front part of the cafe.
Some good bubble tea.
Sure. Chris can't stay away.
But as we can see, let's just break it down. The one Divine Guardians being Chris, obviously.
Yeah, I am the only. The only thing that we didn't have was an executioner player, which would have been hilarious if we did. Actually, would have had every single world, I think, at that point.
Yep, because we had 2 legend, 200 demon, and one. Not gonna go into one of those.
Jalen, you get around it.
No, let's move along.
2 ancient world. By the way, both of those were Jaeger. What a surprise. Two magic world. One was me. Three.
For reference, it was Shades and 72
I was
Pillars.
Pillars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna get into that because the other screenshot does
Oh yeah. We have like individual worlds. I can.
Mhm.
But going through 3 heroes, 2 of them were Zeta. Well, Zeta, Gem Clone,
and then Dev
and
was
then our
the
local
third.
boy on Battle Poets here.
Yep.
4 Dragon World, one being some unknown one that no one, like Darren, couldn't report on, so we just don't know what build it was. It was just some kind of Dragon World variant. 1 Fifth Omni and 2 Sun Dragons. One of them being Polanco, who got top 8, but lost game 3 top 8 to Zeta.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, it's an unfortunate thing because I was watching the match and I don't know. I'm not saying Chris should have, rule shark the guy, but there was like a point where the guy attacked with Force Element Zeta and he didn't have the watering drop because he forgot to call it and then call over it. And then Chris let him take back the play and it literally killed Chris since the play hit him. Like, I honestly wouldn't have let him do that, especially since he was trying to resolve it. So he already declared the attack, and he was already trying to resolve the effect, which he couldn't. So I wouldn't have let him go that far back.
Yeah,
but Chris is a nicer guy than me. I think I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I definitely would have. Unfortunately, yeah. I will say, unfortunately, there was like literally one point where I sort of rule sharked, and that's because I was against a Shadow J player, and he forgot to use his gun rod. So, what do you want from me? Man, it went right into battle phase. Also, he started his turn right into a gun rod and forgot to charge and draw because he's just so focused on the gun rod, like just burning with the gun rod.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is.
I let some people take a misplay back.
Yeah, but I mean, this one literally cost Polanco the entire game. That's why I was saying, because he even only knew he had only a sun shield in hand, and he knew he couldn't live the burn, and the attack because he was at 3 life. So that's why I'm saying I would have said no, because that literally he knows in every way, shape, and form that lost him the game. Moving on. 1 Danger World, it was Tyrants. And 1 Dragon Ein, it's Ozzy, so they even need to get into discussion of what that was. 1 DDW, that was Roberto, who got top 8, using
with Mill DDW.
Yeah, Mill Black Dragons. 2-star Dragon World, one being Thomas Sharp, who also got top 8.
The other one, which I believe your thing says unknown for some reason, it was a Jackknife Bonds build, actually, specifically. But yeah, I remember the guy playing. It was a Bonds build.
1 Dragon's Y, he got top 8. Ironic because I beat him round 1. And the guy's cool, but I'm not gonna lie, he only made me cringe for the fact he had no sleeves and no mat. So
I told him constantly, you have an entire one of the more expensive decks in this meta. You have no sleeves. Please stop.
No, when I was shuffling for him or cutting for him, I felt I was trying to be so careful. I was so scared to even touch the deck. I can't even.
See, that's the mind game. You leave it on sleeve so that when your opponent tries to cut the deck, it's like they cut it exactly how you want because you don't want to mess with it.
And then the last thing is dungeon, and the only dungeon was Ozon's.
He had an Ozon B player with Buddy Cat.
And as we can see, top 8 was Chris versus Roberto, Thomas versus Joseph, the Jaeger player, Edwin versus Devlon, and Polanco versus Peter.
Wait, God, I would have had to fight the Jaeger guy. Jesus,
I would have fought the Zeta guy. I was gonna get Polanco's revenge for him.
Yeah, as you can see, we kind of had to split top 4, but yeah, I would have had to face a Jaeger player. That would have been a weird matchup. Fuck.
But you can't remove the Soul Angel frill, but you can kind of deal with it because you have enough attacks.
I would have sided into
Elixir. You would have sided to your Angel. You have
Like just switch the searchers so I can get power.
Muriel would have been your like godsend.
Oh, Muriel with like an elixir would have been like amazing.
Hey Chris, you want to switch up matchups? I'll take that Jaeger matchup for you.
No.
I'll freely face Jaeger.
Anywho, but
Just like Jalen said, he would have scooped him if he felt my buddy.
as far as like actual like our personal matches, if anyone wants to actually go into that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you guys go into yours, and since I only got knife, so no one cares, I'll just go into mine last.
Yeah, I guess. Jalen, just fucking Dev.
Right, so, Chris, you let me go first? Yay.
Yeah, go first. Before you forget.
All right. So how you want me to just go through each round and explain each point of the round and stuff?
Well, Jalen figures out how.
No, I was trying to remember where to look.
Yeah. Okay. That's
all right. So round one, I faced the one I'm player, and I was able to 2-0 him because he bricked really hard game one. Because game one I killed his Aussie with a 4 crit penetrate, talking with 5k, 11k power.
Yeah,
he was able to get stupid sword, and then I linked him for game, and then he didn't have any shield, so he just took it all and died.
Yeah, the unplayer was a very unfortunate person that day.
And then game two, he bricked again. He finally drew some form of defense, but he couldn't. But like he couldn't get out his Aussie and stuff. So then I was just able to kill him because I had a lot. He couldn't defend as much as I had because I had too much attacks on him. So I ended up 2-0ing him. Unfortunately for him, that was a sad. Round two, I faced Legend World, which one of them was Legend Zodiacs. Funny fact,
like both people playing Zodiac apparently.
Yeah. No, actually, no. One of them was playing Stars.
Yeah, no, I know one of them was playing like Stars, but with Zodiac in it apparently.
Oh yeah, it was Zodiac in it. Yeah, because I saw Astraeus in that guy.
Like I know he had Astraeus. Like, I guess he was just playing like the Australia to mitigate the sizes.
Yeah, but the one I faced was like she was somewhat similar. Like she was a star. Like she had like.
Oh, it was the one chick, right?
It was the one chick, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing her.
But like, she couldn't do anything against me because Battle Paw would say fuck you to that Zodiac S. Zodiac S can only rest size to a less. Can only prevent size to a less monster from standing. When I stand up my Battle Paw thing, she was like, "Oh, that monster stays rested." I was like, he's a size 3." And then with the most oppression, she said, "Oh." So yes, she was the way she said, "Oh," she sounded so depressed because she couldn't keep up. She couldn't keep thinking rested.
Yeah.
So like, I proceeded to like kill Zodiac S and at the same time penetrate her. She had a limited time of like defending herself with Medusa shield, and like it was just too funny. Round 3. Oh no, I don't want to talk about round 3. That was Jalen.
Yeah, me and Dev had to face each other.
That was the
fighting.
That was the bullshit upon bullshit round.
You two both want to go in.
So game 1, I lost how I suspected I would. I didn't draw Boy Modai whatsoever. So
hey. No, game 1, people. Let me just explain this. He had me at 1 life, and he was at 9. By God, he was at 9. It was 9-1. I had to top deck. I drew balls, and I top decked the one buddy I needed to get back into the game. And then after, like, I put Jalen down to 1. Yep. He had nothing, and then I just swung it for game. From behind victory, by the way.
Dev, you didn't swing in for game. I had 2 Shadow Crusaders in my hand, and you hit me to 3, and I was gonna be able to block your double attack on your talking, but you immediately went to final phase and full drive me.
Oh yeah, it was full drive. Oh, I full drive. That's right. Oh God, I'm forgetting crucial points out here. Hold on, because I swung for game so many times in that day, I forgot I full drived you. But yeah, I full drive Jalen. Sorry, Jalen. That card.
It's cool, but I at least you're playing the card that I told you would be busted in that deck.
That card is stupid. Jalen, you can talk about game 2 because I don't want to remember.
Game 2, Dev like it was taking a little while to get his setup. So I was kind of just going. going in for aggression, got a Devil Fever off for game. But the big crucial point was when I got the boy Modai finally, when I sighted in like a third copy and my magical glues. So I bounced it to his hand when he had the impact in Sabar and Soul. And then even if he Dev had one gauge, so even if he top decked hyper energy and did like thinking or something and had like gave the talking double attack, I could have magical glued the ride back to his hand, and then it could have just been downhill from there for Dev. And I still also had one Shadow Crusade, and then the boy Modai was also in my center, so I also could have good to go to gain life, and I had Neverland, so it was kind of an like near unwinnable situation for Dev. So I took game 2. Game 3.
Hold on. Back to game 2. Back to game 2 though. Also in game 2 that occurred was that what you call it? I couldn't draw my sharpness fields. I sighted in all sharpness fields I owned in that sideboard. I sighted all new plasma mines I owned in that sideboard. Didn't draw a single one. I was so sad that day.
Oh yeah, that didn't even need his side to beat me. Freaking
how bad that was.
Oh no. Oh, actually, I have a. Oh, Jalen, game 3. Oh, we're talking about game 3 now. I have the picture right in front of me.
I
got the picture in front of me.
Point it to me so I can put it on stream.
Oh, for
like you're gonna have to put it on Messenger or something. Like I'll put it just to put it like this.
Dev opened up. I said it to Jalen. I said it to Jalen's Messenger.
Yeah, I'm just explaining. Like as this comes up, like Dev opened up like a god.
Hold on, Jalen. Let's go straight to your Messenger. Your personal one too.
Well, that's how that works.
Yay, it's done.
The worst thing is, I like Dev took a picture, like, and he just kept going on and on about his hand. And, like he said, you'll see at the end of this game, and ironically in the picture you'll see like it's sort of like it's just like it's a message on here.
The power of using live streams on Google Hangouts. Your whole internet comes slow.
and becomes public to everyone. Type hype below.
Shut up.
I apologize.
Shut up.
Charles John share dark skinned woman loves video photo. Gotta unfollow these pages.
Oh God, why
thirst traps are real.
God, why do I have to do
professional streaming?
Shut up.
Here we go. But because I don't remember the actual hand off the top of my head, and this is all this dude. Like,
oh God.
So the picture has to
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go. And there's Jalen's salty face before this.
Like when he was going on about his head, in my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna regret facing this. Look at this talking call super machine, the impact over lyric, Savard, hyper energy, and Dev. What is his hand?
Thinking. I'm just thinking.
And then the worst thing, I went first. Dev didn't even show the picture of what he freaking like drew. What did you draw, Dev?
Oh no! I actually wanted to go to Vegas when I did all that. So I drew a talking. I was like, I have 2 talkings in here. Okay, charge. Draw another talking.
Okay, you were getting your talkings about
and then
what?
I remember Dev distinctly.
I was gonna talk it out.
Dev distinctly searching for reporting.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
And then absolutely destroying me because his field was like obviously the impact. He charged the impact of, and then like he said, got
no. I didn't charge the impact. Here's what happened. I was like, I explained it to you when I activated Call Super Machine. I was like, reporting completes his hand. I played talking, thinking, oh yeah, I intentionally did not buddy call because I would be paying the life from going to 7 to 6 because Jalen put me down to 7, I think, turn 1.
You know,
and then I made myself go to 6, put the Saber in the soul, used thinking's effect, discard the impact, give thinking himself double attack, call reporting gets shout out into the soul of talking. Saber's effect gives talking double attack.
So hell happened.
And all I had was a good to go for monster in the center, and I tried.
More like
And
good
I
to
still
die.
and then I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna do the right play.
Yeah,
Report
and
him on the
Devlon
monster.
did the smart thing and not attack with penetrate on the center because he knows I can bounce it back. So he attacked with reporting on my center. I get to go anyway to gain life just to try and not die, but I died anyway.
Like 3 crit, 4 crit, 4 crit.
Oh,
That was this. I was scared of myself on that day. I was scared.
And then round 4 was
Oh, round 4. Got you right now. Round
no, was it?
final round was Gem Clone.
No,
And yes,
final
this
was
is the Gem Clone that I was talking to you about earlier, Chris, where I just absolutely bodied him. I literally put him from 10 to zit.
Oh no, that's my final round, but we'll get to that.
No, we do not talk about your final. No, I'm in the middle of game 1 and Chris already finished.
We'll talk about this.
But yeah, like game 1, he had his plays and stuff. He was going in, and I just ended up killing him because he put Light Demon in the center and did not know that Talking had penetrate naturally. So you kind of could guess how that went. And then game 2, I literally just OTK'd him. I don't know what he had no voice. He had no type of defense. I just OTK'd him.
Welcome to Gem Clone. I was actually surprised. Well, no, he was X1 before because he got paired down. But,
Fun fact: Battlefield Report can hit freaking triple deck Zeta easily after a freaking shout out goes into the soul.
Yeah, it's like reporting is really stupid as a rear guard once you have like the impact in soul. Powerful for no reason.
Like 5,000 power 2 crit for just 1 impact because I'm 1 impacts in the soul. And then after round 4, we go to the last thing that happened, and I was top 8, and oh boy.
So from going from Gem Clone into fighting,
Zwei.
yeah, this is top 8.
So Zeta was Chris. My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, and then what you call it? Game 1, he attempted to do a lot of things. I did a lot of things, and then I just ended up killing him because I do too much damage to him.
I do too much damage to the deck with 20 life.
Exactly. That's Battle Poet in a nutshell. You start with 20 life, I still kill you in 2 turns.
Do damage, die.
And then I end up 2-0ing him as well because by the way, other than Jalen, everybody else I 2-0'd. But yeah, I ended up 2-0.
It makes me a tiny bit proud.
Jalen is the one taking the armor.
But like game 2, I put him all the way down to 11. He had Azirahaka Daevo with triple dual dragon and soul. So he had triple soul guard, and I was just like, okay. I was like, okay. Reporting's in the field. Talking's equipped. I was like, okay. Thinking's effective. Talking double attack. I was like, cards in hand. He's like, nope. I don't have any cards in hand. I was like, oh, I can go minus to kill him. Call over thinking with a second. Go over thinking with a second talking. Use the second talking's effect. Give him +2 crit, plus 5,000 power. Give the first talking +2 crit, plus 5,000 power. So I had 4 crit with penetrate, and then the 4 crit double attack with penetrate for 12. And he was at 11.
And the worst thing was he was considering like, oh man, what should I search? It's like, wait, like he had a Glacies in hand because I was watching, and he just realized like no matter what he did, he died. If he took the 4, paid 2 to get the freaking Glacies, he wouldn't be able to live doing double Glacies.
No, Jalen. He didn't.
Because
Jalen,
you take 3 regardless.
Jalen, he didn't have anything in hand.
Oh wait, no, that was game.
He was handless, and he had to take the first hit anyway.
Yeah, so the first one I do 4.
Oh wait, yeah, that's what I meant. Well, oh shit, yeah, that's what I meant. Like he couldn't. I mean, he didn't have a Glacies in hand. I mean, like he could have searched Glacies like after the first hit, but that wouldn't matter.
No, Jalen. Here's what happened. The first hit, he searched Glacies and went down to 5. I had double attack still. So I hit him. I tried to hit him once. He Glacies. He goes to 4. I hit him the second time. He's handless. I win.
Yeah.
But like, Either way, even if he took the attack first, and I did 4 crit penetrate to him, put him to 1, Glacius has to pay a life for it to use. So like either way, he was stuck in a jam.
Mm-hmm.
And he just instead of me just putting him down 0, he just scooped it up. I was like, okay.
So Chris, like you could talk about the fun shit that inspired in your top 8. Oh wait, yeah, you didn't get into round 4.
No. Let's start from round 1 though. Let's start from the power of round
1.
Well, didn't you go into like you face shades and like all that?
Yeah, I faced shades round 1. Like starting off with hell, I'll say that much because like it was quite the back and forth.
But you're
match,
playing heaven.
Shut up. Yeah, I mean Guardians versus that. I will say like round 1 was a bit weird. I didn't get Angel Frill that often. Still managed to like just straight beat through a lot of the shit, but God, like I just a lot of it was really just unfortunate on his end because as dumb as it is, he opened up like no spells into the drop zone, so he wasn't able to really do much with his shadows. Like he couldn't cast any spell. Like he went first and couldn't cast any spells. He had to like wait on me to actually do something so he could goodbye something, and then he was able to do Terry, but then he couldn't put any other spells in Soul. Like afterwards, so because he had a trick or treat, I believe, but he could or no trick or trick. I say trick or treat. Yeah, wrong card. But he had trick or trick, but he couldn't actually put anything in soul because he had no spells in drop. So really, like he had shades, but all of them always had 1 soul. So they just never lasted against me. Game 2 was just hell on me because I opened up 3 Sky Dragon Divinities and nothing to actually put back in drop because I had no actual way of putting anything in my grave, which sounds stupid that I want to mill myself in Guardians, but yeah, that's a thing occasionally. But other than that, nothing really happened. Game 3, I think we just went into a bit of a grind game, and then eventually I just had him run out of soul in a Illusion Shadow Joe, and I managed to call out my 1 tech card that I cited in, which I forget which Valkyrie named was it, but it's the size 2 double attacker.
Size 2 dungeon double attack thing.
It basically gets double attack and penetrate, and the penetrate is what won me the game in the long run. So I was like, well, that worked as well as a power, honestly, but it's what it is.
Yeah, just enough to hit shades because they all got like,
just enough to hit pretty much every shade. Like a lot of it was just trying to like put up with the basic defense because a lot of Guardians are like 3,000 power. They don't really hit that hard, but we have ways. Game 2 was against a friend of mine who was playing ninjas. Not Ziggy because that was the other guy who plays ninjas. We had 2 friends in the entire tournament who was playing ninjas, and I had to face one of them. That matchup didn't turn out that well
because
for him.
He was playing Secret Sword ninjas, and you have Angel Frill.
Yeah, so
and also you could go into the spiel of how he plays Star Crusher incorrectly.
Oh god, like I really have been trying to teach him, but he is just kind of stubborn. He basically used Star Crusher in both games. Also pulling up my entire deck list because why not? That's just up in the open. So he used Star Crusher both games. The first time he used it to negate my set spell, which thank God for him, I didn't have a way to replace it at the time, so I was like, okay, I guess. The second time he used it to negate a Sky Dragon Divinity, which I was literally just doing for like auxiliary draw. I didn't really need the draw. So honestly, it really didn't matter. He never used it to actually block like an actual shield, which confused the hell out of me every single time. Like, I mean, I understand that you can't stop the Heaven Shield if I have no drop zone, but like there have been points where like I had exactly 1 in drop and he just never was able to do it because, like, I don't know, he just never wanted to set up for it.
And if you want to net deck this, man, here's the picture.
Yeah, great. But that's basically how it went. I will say one thing though. He did do like the new dragon hating lethal
Oh yeah, Secret Sword.
sword,
Yeah,
like specifically for my elixir,
Elixir.
and I was like, God damn it, you negated the buddy call, you son of. But that really didn't matter too much in the long run. I bounced back from that afterwards, and he literally did double lethal formation after that, and put in like 2 copies of like he put in another dragon hate card and a star crusher, and I just followed it up literally with just calling a full field with and starting off with an angel frill, and I just got rid of it entirely. So it really didn't matter in the long run. Also, he never saw Gojin Mara, which confused the hell out of me. I was like, I know he runs Gojin still, I just don't know where it was. It was like confusing to me.
Non-existent. Yeah.
Just non-existent, really.
Round 3.
Round 3 was against Star Dragon Jack, not the Bonds build, but an actual Jack build.
Rude.
I'm sorry, Bonds. No, I'm joking. But what's it called? It was a good build. It was still running Aster, which in my opinion, I will say one like Aster is kind of like you would put it in the side in very specific matchups, but it really didn't do anything to me in the long run. Like half the time, like when he did upgrade into Aster, he was kind of like minusing himself because he'd go in like he'll have a full liberate, and then he'll go in like a full liberate jackknife, the new one, and then he'll go into Aster, and I'm like, you actually could put more damage on the field with the liberate because he had like a 6 soul Aster in like one in our second game, but that Aster came off of a full liberate, so he could have actually just had that on the side and go ham. Because he had Providence too on top of that, which he still runs Providence apparently, as well as OG Dragon Force. He doesn't run Justice type.
Yeah, he didn't have Justice type.
No, he had them because he had at least 2 or 3 secret packs. Like
Well,
he owns
bought
them.
one from. Well, he bought like part of the secret pack from me, so I
Oh
assume.
no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I know for a fact that he owned Justice types. Like he told me he owns them, so that's why I was like.
Then that's a little
just
confusing because that card is insanely stupid if you put it with Aster. Like I think that's like
yeah, like I mean, you just have like negate as well as just
you have a negate.
You just have a really nice control build, but you just
every other monster your opponent has, and your Aster, is Aster. They can't destroy it by effects. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, like the only thing is that like he didn't like put anything in soul or anything, or like after that like he couldn't move the fucking Aster. So even if he did do that, like Aster just kind of stood on the side and never really did anything.
That's why you play Photon Lancer, the freaking size 3.
Oh no, I didn't see a single copy of that. Like,
well, I mean, like you have to build.
The build was okay. I will say,
no,
I'll
I'm
put
not
like this.
Like
SCW.
criticizing his build. I don't know it. I'm just saying, like, I would recommend Photon Lancer with Justice type because I think that's like kind of the best way to do Jack right now. Because if you put an Aster with high defense and move, and your opponent can't really dispute its ability anymore because they can't use theirs, then it puts your opponent in a really bad lockdown situation.
True, unless you have Angel Frill, but
you can.
That's literally Angel Frill was the MVP, and I only run 2 of those, so I don't know how that keeps happening. But
you can get your
Angel
monsters out of your deck.
Yeah, like I tech them out, might as well. But yeah, like the one turn where he had like the 6 soul Aster I mentioned, I had double Angel Frill and an 8 SD, and that just kind of wrecked his soul in one go, for the most part. But yeah, like it was sort of like I just kind of had him in a grind game setup. Because like he had like game 1 he had like Astro Beacon and a Jack Guardian, and we just kept like he just barely was able to defend the Guardian every turn to have like 0 soul after battle phase, but it just kept going back and forth, and eventually he lost his Guardian. I left him with the Astro Beacon, and I just went in on his face until he hit 7. And then from there, I think I just went for full control until he just like had no field and like 2 cards in hand. So since he was still at 7, he couldn't ever use the Dragon Force because I know he still had ran that. And after that, I just kind of followed up with OTK and just went in. Like I just kept him at 7 both games and just went in after that, just to bait out the Dragon Force stuff.
Then round 4, what you had
Then round 4,
Oh god.
again at this point, I was
more
undefeated,
infighting.
and I had to fight our good friend Chris Blanco on playing Suns. It didn't really matter in the long run because again, this was the last round, and we were both undefeated. Our records pretty much made sure we were in top, so this was not much of a high stakes match. And thank God it wasn't a high stakes match
Because Polanco drew absolute garbage both games.
So I can explain literally both games because they happened at the literally they played out the exact same. Polanco goes first. Okay, well, game 1 he did absolutely nothing. Game 2, I believe he did fucking.
You said Burning Rapier. Bro.
No. He opened up with a Burning Rapier first game, but he never called it, and that was the issue. He kept it in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he was hoping to top deck a Ball Soleil or another card to actually start link attacking with, so he didn't want to waste the Burning Rapier that early. I don't know what the thought process was on that, but he just showed me the Burning Rapier and just said fuck it, I'm dead. But game 2, I believe he opened up a Lava Pick and a Flare Fang SD. He called Lava Pick to center and then called Flare Fang to charge and draw and Buddy Call to go to 11 and hit me for 2. But both games ended up the same because I had the exact same field setup. It charge and draw. What's it called? I do gate into first game. I go gate into Shiny Bell. Second game, I open up the entire hand, so I never even had to do gates effect. So Shiny Bell to center. Heaven's Marius equipped. Buddy Call Elixir, and then Muriel to the left. Again, first game, his entire hand was Sun Dragon Shields, and as I said, he kept the Burning Rapier in hand, so that never worked. And pretty much he just died instantly. Game 2, I did the Magical Goodbye clone to send his Lava Pick back to hand, and I pretty much did the same thing, except he literally opened no shields. So, yeah, both games was just full on destruction.
Yeah, it was just, it was just battle.
As Dev can vouch, literally I was done with the entire match in the middle of his first game.
It was the hard knock. It was the hard knock life.
Yeah.
And then for your final round before.
And then for top 8 was against Black Dragon Mill, which against Guardians is the weirdest matchup. So as you can tell, I will tell you one thing. Game 1, I literally decked myself out. Or no, I didn't. But case point, I was at exactly 3 life. Somehow I was at 6 cards left in deck, and my opponent has DDW Dragon Force. I have a shield in hand, but here's the issue. I'm at 3 life and Dragon Force. So if I block, I live with life, die to deck out. If I don't block, I just straight die.
Literally an unwinnable situation.
It was the worst possible situation, and I was like, I wish I just had a 7th card in there just to justify it, but I did. Well, no, an 8th, because 7th I actually died from just drawing a card.
So in the end, he became a man and decided to block.
No, I just straight up let myself die. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to game 2. Game 2, Game 2, he kind of overextended at one point because I had Judge Cartutha. I had
was that the game you had he had Awakened Abigail in the center and 2 Gaitos on the side?
I don't remember. No, I think that was the next game. That was the next game. Because this one, I believe he had a counterattack and.
Oh wait, no, yeah, wait, wasn't this the one he last death violence
he last death violence to me with I didn't have enough cards in drop to get the full effect off, but he did 3 cards. Yeah, he nuked Judge Cartutha, Dorai Marty, the main weapon, and my set spell, and I believe he also had a Death Napalm to actually mill me for 5 on top of that, but. I don't remember off the top of my head, but basically he just nuked my board and it just went for 2. And after that, I was kind of playing into a grind game because my hand was really low. Guardians never keep a really big hand nowadays, honestly. But I was at a really low hand, and I was kind of put into a top deck situation. He was at 4 life the whole time, so I believe I top decked into Elixir, and I just body blocked once because after that he didn't really have anything because Last Death Violence got murdered by that, and he just top decked into just a regular card. I don't remember what it was, but I know he just couldn't kill the Elixir. But after that, I believe what ended up happening was I drew into 2 monsters and I did a goodbye on his center, and I just went for game. I think I just drew into a single monster, just goodbye to his center, and just went for game up 2, and he just had no shields in hand.
Yeah, no shields.
Game 3, literally the same sort of situation played out. What the fuck was that?
What was that?
Just keep going.
Going on. Game 3, the same situation played out where he last Death Violence my entire field, and I had like literally I think 1 card in hand at that point. And somehow but I think that was still the Elixir, so I was able to just beat over Last Death Violence again anyway. But case point was, again, we were put in a top deck situation. And I just played out a bit of a grind game because I think he just drew nothing really for the most part. I'm glad the second and third game he drew no Dragon Forces, which I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. But thank God on that one. But
was he playing Twilight Dragon Force?
I don't think I've seen a single Twilight, and that's what confused me. He was playing the OG Dragon Force, and I know he had like 2 retaliations somewhere in there because I did see them.
Did you see Galefang?
No, I did not see a Galefang.
Huh.
So I don't know. Like he didn't go too far into the deck for me to see them. I guess and again, he never drew a Dragon Force to do it. So honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he still had a pretty like decent sized deck for the most part. So it wasn't that I couldn't really see too much into it. But basically, I believe the situation played out where, again, I'm like during his turn, I'm at goodbye his center. I had an A-SD in my hand the whole time because I kept popping it back to my hand, which this is why I love A-SD. It's just just really good to keep like an actual monster alive to use in this deck. But I top decked into Elixir. I called both of them. He was at 4 life. No, he was at no.
Was that 4 or 2? No, he had to be at 3. Because both monsters were 3 crit, and he had the
No, they weren't at 3 crit. I had a stupid
Did
big
you see?
drop
Yo,
zone.
did you see that drop zone though?
No, like there was no way it was 3 crit.
Well, you had to have something else to have the extra damage because he needed to block with the 1 card.
No, because he was at enough to kill, but he was at 4, I believe. It was either at 4 or something. He was at 4, I think. I think he took the first hit.
Oh yeah.
And then enemy walled the second hit, and I milled no monsters.
A spell and an item. Once again, enemy wall sucks.
Jill will put this through everybody's heads until they understand.
I don't care how many times it goes off. For every time it loses you a game, it gives you more reasons to not play it.
Jesus Christ. But
it's
yeah,
my own opinion, but I'm just saying I'm proven right every time someone's in a high stakes situation with that card.
Yep, and that's
Joey in the match video against against Ein. When Joey when fucking Panera went against you, and this other time at fucking Phil's with the fucking dude that like you said was like building black dragons. Like he played with a game against me with his black dragons. Oh man, I'm about to hit him in the face with fucking Vantage for game. Enemy wall. Look, I milled 2 spells. Like I don't think the card justifies its reasoning. Yes, if it's against something like Zwei, go ahead. You have an argument. But in most other scenarios, I think the card's fucking terrible.
But yeah, that was my turn out. Honestly, aside from like other highlights on this, because Chris isn't here to vouch for himself, I just want to point out the one match that he played against the DCE guy.
Oh yeah, when he played against Joseph and
Yeah, so one thing, the DCE player who also taught Joseph, not the one that we know, but case point, it was Suns versus DCE. I couldn't see the whole match because again I was in the middle of my own at the point. I did catch the later half of it, and oh god. Okay, so I believe the situation was Chris had a Bolsale to the right, and a Dragon Force, I believe, just regular Dragon Force at that point. But the dude had a one soul Vortis at the start of his turn, and it was the one soul that, of course, means that he can't be destroyed by card effects. The man, God, the man goes Healing Rin, puts another card in soul, calls Daikaido to the right, top decks into a Healing Rin into Kaido's soul, which then goes back to his hand, which then gets used to put another card into Vortis's soul. Like, it was ridiculous how that played out. It was actually really, like, it was pretty clutch actually how that came out. I think, what is it? Was it Flare Device actually won him that game? Because
it was the Flare Device because he was able to link. He was able to link it twice after he got to 3 soul, and then he was able to link it with Ball Soleil. And then as soon as Ball Soleil, like, he had no soul, he just like Ball Soleil effect gone. Go for fucking go for 7, then stand, go for 2. And he even had a Ball Exciting in case he somehow lived.
Yeah, it like the comeback from Chris was amazing. Actually, no, he didn't. He couldn't do the Ball Exciting. He was at 1 life.
Oh wait, yeah, no, he couldn't do it at 1 life.
That was the issue. He was at 1 life.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I remember he told me that. Yeah, no, I feel stupid.
No, but like, because I remember that specific. I was like, damn it, if only he could use the Ball Exciting. But he was at 1 life. I was like, well, that didn't matter. But that was one hell of a game.
Work for him that game.
Yeah, I only got to see the cliff notes of that one. Shit, what was like? I don't know if there was anything else on that one.
But just to quickly go through my fucking rounds. Round 1, go against this wide player that Dev faced in top 8. 2-0'd him quite swiftly. Game 1, he could not. I kid you not. He drew 7. Game 1, drew 7 cards in a turn. Didn't get a 3.
What the? How?
Wow.
Yeah, his life is fucking awful.
I just heard you
but
7.
From what I can see from his build, I never saw a 3 that wasn't Aussie, so I think he was very Aussie based. So he probably played the Searcher, and he just didn't see a Searcher or the Aussies. So I guess that's why. Because everything else looked like utility for the Aussie.
And isn't there a Searcher for each Aussie?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the stupid thing. I'm like, wait, how?
Yeah, he had really bad luck, and I just went in because he knows why doesn't really have shields.
Well, they do.
Well, yeah, they do, but one requires a 3, and the other one's all right, I guess.
I mean, yeah, the Demon Kid.
And then game 2, oh my god! By the way, I've been doing this all day. I did that all day on yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Saturday. And during his turn, I'm not kidding you. If I didn't have Devil Fever and a live Devil Fever, I was dead. He had the Katana Dragon that gives Ozzy an extra crit, Destructor, and a triple attack original Ozzy. And you know that's 11 damage. So I'm like, oh my god, no, I'm dead. And I'm like, oh wait, life 2 gauge, double teach Modai, bop the Ozzy twice, bop his sides. And he only had 1 card in hand, and it was a Glacies. So he just lost his entire field, and his friend's just like, oh man, you lost, like right next to him. Like he's like, I guess it's your turn. And to add insult to injury, I drew after the Devil Fever, because I had like 2 pillars on field, so I had basically 3 because of size gap, like the Devil Fever and the 2 monsters I had on field were the only things like in my drop. I actually, since I was paying gauge and then gaining some, I actually could have possibly gone to another Devil Fever because I had because I drew a gap. Well, no, I called gap off the Devil Fever with the two teach Modais, so I could have grafted again and gone for the play again if I needed to kill him even more. So won that. Then round 2 went against Tyrants. It was like all life game. This man played Hungry Wolf. he played well, like they like all play Hungry Wolf, but like Jin, like these are all like most of the of course of it is standard stuff, but like it's just like it gained like I really felt like he was focusing on getting life like so much. And he was so afraid to go to any any low life against me. He was at 7 life and he blocked 3 attacks with 2 insanity circles and a shredding battle wall against me.
Got to keep that high life so you can pay it all in the next turn.
Which is what he did on one turn because he went to because then he buddy called Tyrant Healer, went to 12, paid 5 life for Ogre Demon Slay. Then he like called he had already had a Tyrant Cerberus, goes like face. When he attacked with the item, I Shadow Crusader. Then he goes into Violence Gazer, and I'm like, Devil Fever.
Just
teach Modai and like a body dupe, and it doesn't matter. It was another teach Modai, so I just bopped his Violence Gazer, bopped the item, and just left the Tyrant Healer there, and then he just ended because there goes his final phase. And then game 2, the exact same thing happens. Tries the Violence Gazer me, but instead he only had the game random like backup weapon. Like I don't know like why he played this thing. Like the freaking like one that's like pay 2 gauge, put like gain 3 life on equip. Like I'm like, why don't you play the promo one? And then he's like, no, it doesn't give enough life. I'm like, well, that's it. Can't English. That answered my question. And then when I destroyed that on like the Violence Gazer similar turn again in game 2, he equips the new Flash Axe, and I'm not gonna lie, even visually, I'm like, like no. And like he even said, hey, I only play it because I pulled this one foil. I'm like, that's a terrible reason.
All right, so when I pull a Tyrant Statue 4, I'm gonna
Dev,
play it.
it's not
Dev, I have that. You want it? I got you.
He's not serious.
I am. Please take this away from me.
Nah, you can keep it.
Joey might want it.
Joey might want it. He'll be dumb and play it. I don't know.
Anywho,
so a 2-0 Tyrant. Then you already know how round 3 went. Got my ass beat by Dev.
And then game 4 was
top A. All the marbles faced the new worst matchup for pillars. DCE. Oh my god, this matchup sucks.
Dragon Chiefs are just powerful now. They're just way too powerful.
Like, hey, what if
at least for certain matchups, and the pillar matchup does not help.
Pop everything by Monster Effects. What can I not do against this deck? Pop many things by Monster Effects. What do I need to do? Hit numbers. I don't hit that high of numbers all the time.
Like Ancient used to kind of die to fucking pillars, but like this one build just says no, you don't get to play.
No, because game 1, I absolutely bodied the first one. Luckily, because I had a champ mode, I had to double attack it after I link attacked. Like I had Shax, Gap, Goetia, and body dupe, Shax and body dupe link, Gap and Goetia link. Then I get rid of all of them to pay like with body dupe's ability to pay 2 gauge, broke the size gap, called champ mode. I attacked it twice. It was gone. I was like, yeah. And then he immediately called another one the next turn. No problem. Just 30 Dragon Strike, Indoctrinated Flow, and just called an Ocean Champion, didn't purposely put Soul in with its call cost, grabbed like oh my god, it was even worse. Like Healing Rin and just get all like this the Vortex setup, then Healing Rin got another soul. It was an Electric Dan. I'm like, are you kidding me? Then he calls Kaido. Kaido gets a DL in his soul. He pays the gauge, puts it in his hand, casts DL, so that was basically free for that Kaido. Well, at least the ability. Then he drew a DDC. I'm like, kill me. So I just basically lost that. Game 2, he didn't get a Vortex setup because he had Sturdy Dragon Strike, but he didn't have Inductionated Flow or whatever the new name is. I just keep calling it by his Japanese name, and like it, and so he just set up all his soul he could into an Ocean Champion, and then I was able to get around it because I was able to just like use Boy Modai a little bit to make him lose soul. So then he was only down to the JoJo reference freaking one that prevents him being destroyed by monster effects. Attacked it, and then like I just attacked it again. Then I Devil Fevered and then just killed him. Oh no! I thought I was gonna Devil Fever because I had a bunch of damage on field even after I killed the Ocean Champion, but he lived at 4, and I had Shadow Crusader and Devil Fever in my hand, and I had only 4 pillars in drop, and I said, you know what? I need to kill him this turn, or he could, because I don't want a repeat of game 1 where he just immediately goes into a Vortex again. So I cast Shadow Crusader on my turn, and he just gets a look on his face like, wait, looks in my drop, counts 4. He even like does it out loud, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no!
Like inhales, like continue. And
no, because like the guy.
Well, oh sorry.
I know him because I'm sorry, because I know the guy. He actually also used to play Pillar, so he knew exactly where that was going before Eddie.
Oh no!
So I mill 1. It's Bar King. I'm like, oh man, 1 more. 2 nice ones.
Oh, that sucks.
So I just frown. I'm like, pass, and he just like, oh. And then he gets out of Vortis, but he didn't have a shit ton of setup for once. Like he didn't have any draw spells. He just had like 1 bad guy Moto, and I think like something else. It wasn't a defense card. That's all that mattered. And I was able to get over to Vortis luckily next turn with ironically, I didn't side it out, but I never saw a Death Mode I once, so I could at least penetrate the damn deck. But that's neither here nor there. And I won game 2 just through grind game because I kept enough advantage, gained too much life with Neverland, got Gap back so I can get Bar King, and then I was kind of ruining his advantage. So I just won that. Game 3, it's like Dev all over again. This man opened the absolute nuts.
Oh my god.
He had Sturdy Dragon Strike. No, like he casted all of them. Even if this wasn't opening hand, 6 cards he used, and it already gave me clear enough vision that I lost that game. DDC, DL, Dragon Within the Ocean, the search card, Inductionated Flow, I already said Sturdy Dragon Strike, a Kaido, and like just off draws. Then he eventually Wild Waves, Shun, Kaido, and had a Vortis with 2 of the blanket effect guys, and Electric Dan, and then obviously the Ocean Champion he evolved on top of. And I was just like, I lost. I fucking lost.
Wow.
And no, ironically though, I got it to like no soul, but in the turn I was trying to kill it at the no soul. This man defended it like it was his last lifeline. And probably was, but
was kind of.
Shut up. So first he Wrath triggers, and I'm like, oh no, that ruins everything. I hope he doesn't have bad guy Moto. And what did he do? Immediately after the Wrath trigger, bad guy Moto, draw. He didn't shuffle his hand, so I know this is what he drew. So when I attacked again, another bad guy Moto. Draw, about to kill him with the next attack, Iron Tetsu.
Yeah, that sounds like Joe.
And I just lost after that. Like I had like 1 Shadow Crusader, but then he had Kikashun and more damage with Wild Waves and stuff. I was done. And it was a good game. I'm not gonna like complain. It was a bad matchup. I tried to play through it. It was fun. The guy's really cool. I'm okay with getting knife somewhat.
At least you didn't have what fucking Chris happened in that same round.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
I apologize.
The worst thing, like I literally came into the event like, oh man, what do I side for this deck? And then I'm like going through my side, I'm like, I need to.
Jalen, you died a little. at me.
Congratulations.
Thought of looking through all the magical stuff I have.
Jalen, you died a minute.
Oh,
You cut yourself out somehow.
oh.
So you said you were looking through your side.
And you sound like static, Chris.
I was looking through
I
my
don't know.
side for like, and I was working on my side for like 4 hours that night alone before the tournament, and I was just like looking through every magical thing, and the only possible way I had even a side card was oops, for the literal sake of it can remove soul if I need to go in, or in general have oops for the sake of bouncing it so he takes the life link and I can go in. But I never cited it because I'm like, it's too. I needed the other cards to deal with any other matchups that I would have to do out through the day because I didn't want to dedicate like any freaking time, like too much of my side, just to deal with the one matchup that I didn't expect people to be able to be done. Like I expected people to, of course, have it, but maybe not have it immediately complete on the day or in general. I believed I could beat it in a game 3 scenario off pure experience, and I almost did, but the deck has shown that it's gotten pretty strong, and it wasn't experience enough wasn't enough.
Yeah,
All right, quick question. You said oops. Can Void Trance technically be a cheaper oops for you?
See, the difference is it's counter, and that's why I was considering it.
Oh, okay. But you could have done what you did to everybody else. You could have done Fever a freaking Void Trance.
Dev, I can't pop it.
No. I mean Double Fever the Void Trance, and then just take a soul for no reason.
But that doesn't accomplish anything because if it's during his turn and it's not, and he's unless he's at 0 soul, then especially if it's during his turn, he could just call. Like I would have to do it during the attack phase, and if I have to do it during the attack phase, then he probably already did some stuff in the main phase, so that would defeat the purpose.
Okay.
And if I bounce it in the main phase, I already explained enough. They can easily get into another Vortis as soon as you get rid of one. So I kind of ran out of options
there. It was hell.
Zig got 16th playing ninjas. He unfortunately had to he beat Gem Clone. What was his 2 losses? He lost to Fifth Omni, which is
which was like
this was so unfortunate. He actually was about to win in game 3. Zig just needed to 1 draw any Tsukikage because he had 2 Shirayasha modes, but he couldn't get them double attack because there was no Tsukikage on field. And he only had 2 Kuriyasha modes in drop, and he's played the new Tsukikage, even though we said he shouldn't, but he just wanted to do it for the hell of it because it was fun.
Hey, he got off the effect.
He got off the effect, so I'm not gonna knock him. And then but he played 2 in the new Tsukikage, and then since there was only 2 Kuriyashima in drop, that means there was at least 2 more in his deck. And he still had Tsukikage SD. I think that's 2 or 3 in his deck. So at the very minimum, he has 6 Tsukikages in his deck. And he had a Shiden on board and drew with it and still didn't get a Tsukikage. He got a Hades fall.
Can I also say that this man top decked the drum?
No, but at that point, the drum didn't matter because the guy had no cards in hand. So Zig would just have to literally link, and the guy was at 4. So Zig would just have to link with the 2 Shirayashas and whatever Tsukikage he drew and just go for game there, and he would have won.
That's true. I had to give Zig the biggest hug ever because that was messed up.
That was terrible. He didn't even lose the game off he was about to beat a meta deck with ninjas of all things, and just his own luck screwing him over.
I will say one thing about Zig. He doesn't always have the best of luck, but I will say he is pretty decent for what it is when it comes to playing ninjas.
Yeah.
Again, if it was for the fact that he could just top tech, that would have been game on a 5th Omni player. So that's what it is.
I'm just happy that the 5th Omni player got eliminated. Yay!
He lost to Polanco and Ziggy, so he got somewhere probably 10.
No, he didn't lose to Ziggy. That's the entire issue.
I mean, sorry, not Ziggy. He lost to someone else because I know he didn't go 3-1.
I think he lost to
because he lost to Chris in round 3.
Wait. Would it be funny if he actually? I think he lost to Vortis.
Oh god, that would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah, the other
Oh,
Vortex.
actually-
The other.
Yeah, there was 2 vortices there. Yeah, that would be funny if you did lose the vortex. I'd be like, ha! Oh
Can't
no,
pop
that
this.
no. That Kevin Hart meme when Vortex comes out, Agent Roleplayers be the fifth armies. In your face, bitch! In your face!
That's kind of true. But before we wrap up the stream here, try not to make this like ridiculously long.
Yeah, we're at an hour. That's pretty decent for. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty decent. I didn't want to make this like an hour and 30 or something, but just to get like just bring
final
up
thoughts out.
Darren, like the thoughts on the whole tournament. It was great. It gave us a lot of insight on Dragon Fighters, like the upcoming meta. It's not gonna be for long, obviously, because we know April coming around. We're gonna be getting X set. So
It's cross. Get it right.
X Cross. They haven't said the name officially yet.
And anytime the letter X comes up in fucking like Japanese anything, it's cross. That or
Hey,
key.
as long as nobody uses the joke that this one guy made, what if in 2 seasons they add 2 more X's?
This is WX. Okay, but we'll not go on.
It's not.
Corn
Let's not.
rice.
Let's not.
Okay.
But like just
Then we have the triple X.
but just about the tourney, guys. If any of you are in the New York area and you want to help out bring up a scene for Buddyfight, and if it is close to you or it's not too far from you, I definitely recommend going to Stokero Cafe. It's in
We're open on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays and Fridays are when they expect to do some Buddyfight events.
Anything really.
They're going to be doing of course Vanguard too if you're into that. And the description of this live stream, and when it becomes a video if you're watching later in the future, in the description is the address for it, and you just put that in Google Maps or anything like or whatever you do to get where you need to go, GPS
And of course,
to get there. Thanks to Darren Choy for hosting the tournament. There was a lot of fun. A lot of players were there. It was really cool of him to
People out in surprisingly New York, which is crazy, but they actually got a lot of pretty decent turnout for what it was worth.
it was worth the hell train ride. I can tell you that.
Yeah, welcome to the NTA, kid. And
No, it's not funny. I literally lost Jalen on that train.
let's not discuss that.
I literally lost him on the train.
I kept my hands like as high as possible because I hate going on trains and like crowded trains.
It's crowded.
No,
okay.
no. It's not that I was before I finished. I was gonna say like I hate being on crowded trains where I run into situations where my hand is on a pole, woman near me backs up on it, any part of her body touches it, like let's say lower region, ass, and like or she is facing me frontward and like her chest hits my hand. They'll fucking scream sexual harassment. I just like I hate that.
Okay, you just have like the weirdest.
No,
like,
I have shit luck when it comes to dealing with annoying people. Like this has happened to me when I went on a train in Japan, and this happened to me when I took the train when I going to New York City when I went with friends. I have absolutely annoying shit luck dealing with annoying people on the train.
Well, on Jalen's shit luck note, I believe that's the stream. God,
Gosh.
end the stream.
Thank for any of you coming, watching the stream. Thank you for all watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe to TeamBurningInfinitey for more Buddyfight content. And if you are interested in more live streams, please tell us because it's a lot of fun talking about what could
Shooting the shit.
I mean, it's just fun to talk about like experiences in Buddyfight, and what could be like what players could be curious about when it comes to like newer cards. They're like, oh, is this deck gonna be good? Should I decide to invest in this, or is Bushy just gonna like forget about the deck and then it'll be a waste in investment, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still surprised that like Legend Zodiac was the only form of stars like that showed up. I really suspected like regular stars to be there.
That's what it is. Anyway, that's stream.
And on that note, we end.
Bye, everyone.
Arrivederci.